Hello my friends, I was 30 minutes shy of not doing this review because yeah, what you see right now is a working as it should, proper, period correct and almost perfect Windows 98 test system. It's amazing, just look at this, the 1 GHz AMD Athlon, a stock MSI motherboard with a VIA KT133 chipset, 2 sticks of crucial 256 MB of SDR RAM clocked at 133 MHz, a Creative Sound Blaster Live sound card, and a network adapter, perfect for transferring stuff directly from my modern PC. However, to have this, I had to go through this power supply, all of these CPUs, and these video cards, and another power supply, and 500 grams of memory sticks. You got the gist. At least I did not encounter any issues when installing Windows 98. The universe took notice of my misery and decided to give me a moment of respite. So now everything works okay and the video card has waited long enough. It's time to see the whatever ATI Rage Fury, also known as Rage 128 Pro, a video card made by ATI before ATI made good video cards. Or is it? Anyway, I remember even now looking at Rage video cards in computer magazines, the perfect reading material for burying a Quaker. And tonight I want to feel nostalgic. I have an innate and deep desire for testing stuff. Seeing sheets really makes my day.
I want to shit on my bed.
But no, this video card is not a third. The card was released in the summer of 1999, the last year before the collapse of society. People flocked to buy computer parts like there was no tomorrow, and back then we had some options to choose from when talking about video cards. Alongside the Rage Fury Pro from ATI, we had Nvidia with their Riva TNT2, 3DFX had the amazing Voodoo 3, and there were others of course, and choosing between them depended on some factors, not excluding the price. And in general, the Voodoo 3 was the better card, but you couldn't go wrong with Riva TNT2 or the Rage Fury. Hard choices had to be made. Or you could have waited a few more months for the GPU that buried all of them, the almighty GeForce 256 DDR. Back to our video, Rage Fury is a DirectX 6 card, and this was the first proper DirectX version. Before that we had something, and without getting into technical details, before DirectX 6, software rendering was on par with hardware rendering in regard to performance and features. But from version 6 onwards, Direct3D started to gain ground. And one of the most important features apparently was texture compression, which enabled better performance with high resolution textures. Yeah, in my tests I could not find any performance or visual difference between compressed textures on or off. Have a look. In Quake 3 everything looks the same and I've ran the time demo benchmark. We have the exact same FPS. In Max Payne we have the same situation, nothing. And finally in GTA 3 we have zero visual differences, zero performance differences. Please let me know if I'm missing something. Maybe I'm out of my mind, I don't know. But I found this on the internet. Yes sir, the perfect proof. Here you go. Colin McRae Rally is a rally game released in 1998, 1 year prior to the card, and the card struggles with the FPS. Unless the game is limited to 25 FPS, you tell me, I'm not familiar with it. The game runs at this weird resolution because in the settings I have the Rage 2 selected, and with this I can't enable high resolutions and maximum settings. Choose default card and you can max out the settings. The game looks way better and also has better frame rate, 35 compared to 25, yeah, I'm confused, but not confused about the visuals of this game. The visuals are simple, a gorgeous simplicity, just have a look. We have only 4 elements with 4 colors, green forest, brown road, blue car and light blue sky. Perfect. But what's more perfect is that we need to focus only on 2 things, the card and the road, because the game is about driving a car on the road. Imagine that, a game where the environment doesn't hit you over the head and just lets you play the game. But that was back then. Now we have this. Just take a look. There's so much game in this game. If you did not have a proper 3D video card in 1999, you could have played the game in software mode, like this. Well, worse than this, I have a high-end CPU from 2000 here. If you had the ATI Rage Fury, you could have played the game like this. The video card handles Viper Racing at 1024x768 maximum settings, and it's not even trying. 40 FPS almost all the time, perfect. However, regarding this game, I found out something strange. I've tested the same card with a Pentium 2 at 400 MHz, and the results are interesting. We will see later on. Quake 3 was released in 1999, and it seems to me that the Rage Fury does not have a very good performance in this game. I don't know why, but it's stuck in the back of my mind that the Rage video cards had lackluster OpenGL performance. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You might think that this is okay, but I'm playing at 640x480 low settings. Well, if you don't mind that, the card can surely help you frag some enemies, provided you have the skill, which I, for some reasons, don't have it right now. I don't know. I've also tested this game with the 400 MHz Pentium 2. This is actually one of my computers, Pentium 2 and the Rage Fury, to see if this Pentium 2 bottlenecks the video card. And yes, comparing it with the Athlon 1000, we have lower FPS. Feeling confident with this video card, I've started Porsche 2000 at 800x600 medium settings, 32-bit, and this performance was something I did not expect. Around 35 plus at the beginning of the race with all other cars in front, and 40-60 FPS all the time after you manage to get forever in front. Not too bad. Talking about confidence and good performance, there's only one thing to do for this game. 1600x1200, 16-bit. Let's be realistic here. And yeah, almost 30 FPS. Imagine that in the year 2000 you're playing one of the hottest games of the year at a resolution that almost did not exist back then. Talking about hot games, Max Payne is the 2001 game that you need to play. You only have an ATI Rage Fury from 1999? The video card does not support hardware transformer lightning? No problems. Use 800x600 16-bit and medium settings and you're ready to go. Don't believe me? Have a look. We might have some 20 FPS drops here and there, but the card handles all the scenes like a champ. Well done card, 2 pixel pipelines of raw power. But then we go to GTA 3, and here the card does an honorable job, but it's not enough. The game is almost playable in some areas. Here for example we barely scratched the 20 FPS mark, which is not enough. It feels heavy, wobbly and weird. Then we're going to have areas with almost 10 FPS. You're going to play like this only if GTA 3 is the only game that you have in this world. But the card decides to give up entirely when reaching this area. Low FPS? Yes, but I also have some weird and constant stutters. You can see them in the footage. So, GTA 3 is playable, but not at all enjoyable. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it works at all. Looking at all of these, the ATI Rage Fury was a decent card with some nice bonus features, and it was almost the final evolution of the Rage card series that ATI introduced in 1996, with the better let's forget that never existed 3D Rage. Ugh. But in 1997, ATI released the Rage Pro, a proper video card, followed by the Rage 128 in 1998, and then our beloved Rage Fury in 1999. As you can see right here, the Rage Pro from 1997 is way behind the other two specs-wise, and of course, performance-wise, as we will see soon. The Rage Fury Pro is just an upgrade of the Rage 128, higher clock and memory speeds, and some 128 cards had 64-bit. Quake 2 does not work when using hardware rendering on the Rage Pro, bummer. On the other hand, the Rage Fury has almost double the performance of the 128, which seems like an amazing performance boost. New generation, double the performance. I may be comparing oranges and dogs here, but this is what I have. Are we capable to deduce the memory bus based on performance? Looking at the Quake 2 results at 320 by 240, the Rage Fury is 9% faster, at 640 by 480, 70% faster, and at 1024 by 768 it has double the performance, just as we saw in the gameplay footage. To me, it seems like a clear example of not enough memory bandwidth, so for now let's assume that the Rage 128 has a 64-bit memory bus. Star Wars Dark Forces 2 is capped at 76 FPS, but here we can see how bad the Rage Pro really is. 40 FPS at 320 by 240 16-bit is not something to brag about. The other two push the game to the maximum FPS. On the other hand, at 640 by 480 we have some strange behaviors, starting with the 86 FPS that the Rage 128 pushes. I don't know why. Both this and the Fury have VSync off. But as you can see, the frame rate drops a lot on the Rage 128 during combat, from 86 to 40s, while the Rage Fury stays at 70 plus all the time. The Rage Pro has constant 30 FPS, not bad for 640 by 480 in 1997. Moving to 1024 by 768, we again see that the Rage Fury has performance drops to 40s while in combat and has constant 70 plus FPS in rest. The Rage 128 has around 40 FPS all the time, in or out of combat. The humble Rage Pro stays at 20 plus FPS at all times, and I find it fascinating that this card stays so true to its output. It has almost constant FPS, no drops, no matter what. In Colin McRae Rally we have 35 FPS for all cards, at 320 by 240, and please don't ask me why I did not test other resolutions. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, nothing to see here, let's move on. To another racing game from 1998, Viper Racing, and the performance is similar between the Rage 128 and the Rage Fury, 50 FPS all the time, while the little brother has around 30. Not bad for a 1998 game, at 800 by 600, I would say. At 1024 by 768, the Rage Fury maintains the 50 FPS cap, although it has some drops to 40s, while the Rage 128 drops to 40 plus all the time, and the Rage Pro to 20 plus FPS. The Rage 128 and the Rage Fury have similar performance at 512 by 484. At 1024 by 768, the Rage Pro has 20 average FPS, the Rage 128 has 39 FPS, and the Fury has 45 FPS. Like I've said, I've tested the Rage Fury with the Pentium 2 clocked at 400 MHz, and it seems that with this CPU I have 50 FPS on all resolutions. GTA 2 is fun to play without VSync because the game will be speeded up with the frame rate. The Rage Fury is clearly way past the Rage 128, while the Rage Pro sits quiet between 25 and 40 FPS. Not bad after all. Moving to a higher resolution, the Rage Pro can't properly handle this game, and the other two have everything between 40 and 70 FPS. Can't give a proper conclusion because the runs are very different. Let's move to 1600 by 1200. Now that's a resolution for 1999. The Rage Pro has around 10 FPS, the Rage 128 around 20-30 FPS, and the Rage Fury 30-40 FPS. I'm amazed that you can very well play GTA 2 at 1600 by 1200 on the Rage Fury. Nice done card. The performance in Quake 3 paints a nice picture for these three cards. Using the fastest settings, the Rage Pro has 46 average FPS, while the 128 and Fury are close to each other, 72-76 FPS. At high quality, the Rage Pro drops under 10 FPS, the Rage 128 has 21 average FPS, while the Rage Fury more than double, 45 average FPS. Can we now conclude that these cards have double the performance of the previous generation, especially when using higher resolutions? In Porsche 2000 we have some visual differences between the cards. The game looks weird on the Rage Pro, especially the cars. Look at the blue one. Then the performance is rather straightforward. Double the performance between the first two cards, and 50% more performance between the last two cards. Although here again I'm impressed that both the Rage 128 and the Rage Fury have excellent performance. Don't forget, Porsche 2000 is a game from the year 2000. Yes sir, gaming was still possible after 1999. GTA 3 does not start on the Rage Pro, not enough video memory. The other two cards are really struggling, and although the Rage Fury is faster, I can't add faster alongside 10 FPS. The Rage Fury just sucks a little less, but hey, this is a game from 2001, I can't blame the video card for this bad performance. And now the famed video cards leaderboard. In 3D Mark 99, the Rage Fury is slower than the Riva TNT2 M64, which is weird, but it has the same score in 3D Mark 2000. In 3D Mark 2000 SC, the Rage Fury is faster than the Riva. In Quake 2 at 1024x768, the Rage Fury is twice as fast as the TNT2 M64, and yeah, it has almost the same performance as the FX 5200 LE, let that sink in. At 1600x1200, the Fury is better than the Radeon 7000 and has the same FPS as the FX 5200 LE, again. In MDK2, the Rage Fury is faster than the Riva M64 at 1024x768, showing that the Riva card is heavily limited by its memory bandwidth. The same happens in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and at 1024x768, the Rage Fury comes close to the Radeon 7000, and it's faster than the Riva TNT2 M64. The ATI Rage Fury was an interesting video card, and although it's not regarded as one of the best products ever made, it still paved the way for some amazing cards from ATI, and as you can see, the card can game like a champ, even newer games. It has nice features such as DVD playback decoding, good support for 32-bit, decent memory bandwidth, and decent driver support with good features all around. Just look at this, Porsche 2000 at 1600x1200, 20 plus FPS, and I think that this is a strong statement from the ATI Rage Fury that it was not a bad video card. What do you guys think? Thank you all for watching, and until next time, have fun and be nostalgic by watching the next video right here.